And we're back. So I figured since I put up the other part earlier today, I was gonna do another part, but then all of a sudden we got a blackout around here. Yeah, don't ask what happened. We were getting some snow, and next thing you know, power goes out, right? And let's just say we were out for at least, oh boy, it's like here where I'm at, it's like 11:50, close to midnight, right? We just got the power turned back on like at around 11:30. So and I had to check everything to make sure everything is up because right now I wasn't doing anything recording, right? But let's just say you don't have a backup generator. I always freak out anytime computer devices or anything electrical goes out in the middle of nowhere while it's powered on, because I had a console. My PS3 ended up getting fried. I don't know what happened to it. I want to get that, but I don't have the money right now to get another PS3. But yeah. So and that was from the weather, right? And it was a weird thing how that happened. Next thing you know, I go. By the time we got power back on, I remember during the time when we got it back on, it was a bad thunderstorm we had, and would not come on. I got a blue screen. I went to pop in. I forget what game it was now. I don't even remember the game. I went to put into it. And yeah, I couldn't get the game out either. Next thing you know, it went blue screen on me and everything. And I figured, oh man, it's like, why did the weather have to do that? So we get this power outage, and ever since then, I just been a little more cautious with like weather type, patterns with stuff. Usually, but it wasn't really that bad or anything. We would just get a little bit of snow. But anytime somebody hits something, and if you're in an apartment like where we are, everybody goes through that power outage, and you gotta wait. And it could take who knows how long with that, that how that goes. But with that, I figured, let's get on with this and see where it's gonna go. So you guys are actually getting two videos out of this for once. But I figured, you know what? If I could at least try to finish Ulyana's route, I can at least get on to a route that I do want to get back to, at least with Miku and Lena, because obviously they're going to be the better routes than this right here. But since it's kind of the in between route, I guess it's not that bad. And since we're on day 5 anyway, it's all pretty much going to come to an end at some point here. There's just a few choices I have to make with her on this part. Other than that, there's really not going to be a whole lot going on. What the hell? Don't ask what that was. Okay, so with that, let's just get on with this. I like those who run for their precious lives. I'm sure some of you out there have faced some type of blackouts, right? It's kind of like, should I really get up here and do some recording after what everything that happened? I don't know. I was a little bit bored for a few hours. Good thing, some of us have our phones. But the thing is, if you can't charge your phone up while you're, doing things, I'm like, man, can this power come back on? Because I had no way to charge my phone. That's the thing about it. Like if you can't use any type of computer device, at least because usually when I'm in, I use the Wi-Fi for my internet. But usually when I'm out and about, I usually turn it off. That's how most of us do, right? Uh, but uh, when you're recording though, when you're doing any type of gaming, what I do on the channel, I need the Wi-Fi because it's a stronger signal, and I usually use my charging cord. I keep my cord plugged into my phone while I'm recording because it's like uh, it's like with your consoles when you're recording from one device to another. Even when you record on a PC, some of you guys got to know it's better when you have an Ethernet cord plugged into it, because that way you're always connected, right? But anytime you go with a Wi-Fi signal, there's a little bit of slight delay sometimes with certain things, and every now and then you experience some lag. So with me, I always like to keep my devices connected. That's usually if I'm doing any type of gaming or recording. If I'm just browsing on the internet just normally, I just usually just use the regular Wi-Fi that's on the phone, that kind of thing. But other than that, yeah, I can't really say too much for it. Like a doomed person, knowing that there is no hope to save his life, I would still fight the inevitable and his own fate. I barely managed to close the heavy metal door behind me. What sucked with us, though, when our power went out, we had no candles. That sucks even more. Like, let's say you don't have any lanterns. Like, I had to use the only light I could use was on my phone. It's a flashlight, right? That comes on certain phones. Yeah. I have one which is bright, somewhat bright, but still, like, that drains your battery a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of funny on that. Let me skip a little bit of this because he's just having another dream here. This isn't really a whole lot. Yeah, I kind of know what this is. It's always seeing what. Ah, wow, that was kind of loud. Okay. I woke up in a cold sweat, short of breath, and gasping for air. I was doing that for several hours without power. No. Took me some time to come to my senses. No, I wasn't really gasping for air like that. Although it's like when it's like cold as shit outside though, and you have things that's kind of powered on a little bit of everything. You do start to feel that weather starts seeping in after a little bit on you. you know, it was a dream. It was just a dream. My questioning mind, however, refused to believe it. But who is that girl with me there? You will find out. I didn't want to let go of her hand so desperately. Suddenly, I couldn't recall her at all. After I'm done with this, maybe if I didn't mention it before, I am gonna do Katawa Shoujo, but I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole game. Maybe I might just do a few of the routes that I actually like from the game on it. Let's just say some people don't like what's her name? The class president girl. She's actually my favorite one in the game, and a lot of people hate that character. I don't know because there's another girl in her route, Misha, I think is her name. Shizune. Okay, I'm thinking. Dear darn it, that name had to come to my mind. So Shizune and a girl named Emmy is actually my two favorites for the game. Now a lot of people's favorite is usually Hanako. I like Hanako. She's all right. She just wasn't my favorite though. I think she has one of the more depressing routes though. I think the most depressing route easily is Rin by far. But that's only because the protagonist doesn't quite understand her from the get go. So when I actually do that game, I don't know. We'll see what routes I may do on it. I may do the whole game, but we'll see. You know. So yeah, the clocks were showing a few minutes past 10. I slowly came to my senses as reality started to stake out its claim on my mind, and my stomach fully growled. Because that's the only visual novel I have other than this game here. Yeah, that I was actually able to download that usually you would only get on PC. Because this just is a regular game you get from Google. Because how I got this game was not from the Google Play Store. I don't even, now when I look back, I don't even remember how I got this game. It was I pretty much hacked it. I don't know, so yeah, I used some type of tool somebody did to show me something on the phone. I don't know. My cousin knows all that kind of stuff. Even when he tries to explain it, I don't quite get it. It's not that I can't follow along with it. Like I'm just like, just just get me the game as long as you don't jailbreak my phone. If you could do something to get me this game without, screwing up my shit, go ahead. And he did whatever, and that's how I pretty much got this game. But it's kind of butchered a little bit because, as you see, the PC version is a little bit different though, because he has the same game and the way that his menu and things like that is a little bit different than how this is. Uh, Even Katawa Shoujo has it's got a similar kind of like setup to like this though, sort of, somewhat. So yeah. All right, war is war, but lunch should be served in due time. It turned out that Olga wasn't here. She must have decided not to wake me up. Well, thanks. Go out to our camp leader for this. After yesterday's adventures, I had to have a rest. Let me do some skipping here because I just want to get to where I need to go. Yeah, you. I don't really care about this guy either. At least you look less of a Ken doll, but you still kind of have a similar look to you, don't you? Is this the part where he's gonna... Yeah, it is. What if somebody sees me? Well, they're going to because it's going to be Alyssa, right? The whole washing process took no longer than 10 seconds and I started to wipe myself quickly afterwards. Where is this going? But I didn't manage to finish anyway. There were voices coming in from the direction of the footpath. The only solution came to me in a split second. Ah, come on, phone! Jeez. I gotta figure out what the hell, why my shit does that. A moment later, Alyssa and Ulyana appeared near the washstands. And I've tried every kind of recording software I could possibly use on my phone, and they all kind of do this jerkiness. I'm not really sure what that's from. You could have done it by yourself. Why did you bring me here? Is it a big deal for you? Fun. Let me. I peered at them and noticed that they were both covered in red paint. What a surprise. I wonder how they managed that. Alyssa opened the valve and started to rub the other's back. Take off your bra. What if somebody sees me? I would like to see, but, you know, he said that she doesn't really have anything there. Is she flat as a board? Probably, you know. Obviously, she's got to have the lolly chest. Isn't that it? What? Is there anything to say? She grinned. Well, we didn't see hers either, though, so, yeah. Okay, just be quick. Although she did tease us that one time, right? Where there was a part where she was going to take her shirt off, but Semyon just kind of stopped her from doing so. We didn't get to see shit on that. I don't know. And that's also what I meant by the stripped down version of the version that I have. When I gave it to me, he said that it basically gives me the mobile version of this game. So it's kind of like, it's the 17 rated version as opposed to the 18 and up version. So that's kind of why, you know, everything was pretty much off screen here. The way he explained it, he said it's the way that the game was designed. This game was designed. They just made it to where, you know, when they were disabling the adult content, they pretty much took out certain other parts where they could have easily, you know, like I said, put a bra on or some type of, you know, swimsuit, right, where they could at least show something, right? No, they didn't do that. They just pretty much did the lazy way and just kind of, you know what, we're going to take that out. We're taking everything with it. There's some VS where I played, even, you know, even the all ages version where you still sometimes see something. The only thing that's absent from it is obviously the adult scenes, usually. But everything usually else is there, usually, right? But this one, so far, I've seen, it's not like that. Now, Katawa Shoujo that I have, that is the full version. So, I have the full adult version. So, you know, 2 games that he was able to get me, that's the only one that I have any type of adult content. But obviously, since it's YouTube, I'm not going to be able to upload that kind of stuff to here, you know. And yeah, some of you guys that want to know about Pornhub, I kind of asked him about that. Yeah, you do have to kind of sign up for their stuff. I don't really feel like doing all that. And I mentioned about spam and a bunch of stuff. He mentioned with his channel that he was doing a little bit of stuff like that before in the past, where he would upload stuff, but he stopped doing it because, yeah, like I said, you can get shit you don't really want sometimes. And if anything that happens to my phone, this is the only one that I have. You know, I don't have anything else as a backup I could use. You know, if I had something of a separate device, maybe I would think about doing it like that. But since I can't do that, yeah, I'm just shit out of luck, guys. But there are parts that I can at least show with that game compared to this one here, though. You know, so yeah, it was a pity that they were standing with their backs to me. A minute later, Alyssa managed to wash off all the paint. Although, there is another visual novel that I have that is made by this same company here. It's called, I'll have to let you guys know what it is. It was something I saw in the Google store. I don't know. It's made by the same company that did this game. And it even has similar backgrounds. Like, it looks a lot like this game. But the characters, from what I've seen of it, is a little bit different, though. A lot different. A different protagonist and everything like that. So I'd have to show a little bit of some pictures, maybe make a small video on it to see if any of you guys know what the game I'm talking about. So yeah. So actually, you know what? Give me a second here. Okay, I'm back. So I actually just looked it through my games section, and the game is called Witcher Tale. So, as I mentioned, if a few of you that follow this, that know about this VN, do you guys know that name? I don't know. Do any of you know that? I'm not talking about people that don't know this game that have been watching a little bit. I'm talking about those of you that do know this VN here. Have you guys heard of that name? By the same company? If you guys have, let me know if it's any good or not. Because I thought about maybe trying the game on the channel. I don't know. But like I said, I would have to show a little bit of what the game is and whether or not if it's something you guys would want to see or not. Otherwise, let's just move on. I'm done. Thanks. You're welcome. Alyssa replied lazily. Listen, let me try on yours. She pointed at Alyssa's bra. It won't fit you for sure. Well, I'd like to try anyway. But out here, there's nobody here, right? Ulyana looked my way and smiled archly. I was absolutely sure she couldn't see me in these bushes, but your dumbass probably just fell out. That's how he got caught. Enough with this nonsense. Ulyana wasn't listening to her anymore and grabbed Alyssa's bra with a dexterous move instead. Yeah, she does that. Now I have to confess, I have something to look at. You have to confess? I had something to look at? So you were actually looking at Ulyana this time. I wonder how long he was actually looking, though. I don't know, because usually the last time he usually says like something about she don't have much for him to look at, right? And he's like, oh, but what he says usually with the two times he mentioned this comment, it's usually just it's slightly worded a little bit from what I noticed here. Huh? So you really do like the flat chest there, Simeon? I don't know. I watched two girls chase one another around the washstands with bated breath. Alyssa covered her breast with her hands so I could barely see anything at all. I leaned forward and stumbled over a stone, falling out of the bushes. Yeah, there you go. Alyssa and Ulyana stood frozen, staring at me. It's a coincidence that this guy just hides. I tried to cover my nudity with my guilty face. The tableau lasted for a few seconds, then Alyssa took her shirt and somehow put it on in an instant. Yo, yo. Her face gone from red to purple. It looked like she would explode in a nuclear blast any second. The only thing I wanted was to disintegrate into atoms and get as far from the epicenter as possible. He was sitting there the whole time. Yeah, he kind of was, so she noticed me then. No, I don't think she did. Yo, yo. And I? Well, I accidentally. If you know what I mean. Alyssa rushed at me. Yeah, just to take your clothes. Covering my butt with one hand and holding my clothes with the other, I ran in the woods. It seemed the best solution to me at the time, as showing up naked in the middle of the camp, accompanied by two screaming girls, wasn't a good idea. Probably not. You'd be known as a cradle robber. And probably in, August, eyes, right? Kind of thing. I ran without looking back. I stopped a few minutes later to catch my breath. That'd be disappointing here because this part's not really going to matter. It's going to lead to some other areas, I think. Yeah, let me do a quick save though because I need to make sure where I'm going. I think it's the clubhouse I need to go to though. Not really sure why I need to go there, but this is one of the few times I need to make a choice. Using the other routes said it didn't really matter where I go, but this time it's the clubhouse. So let me just double check the walkthrough. Day 5. Day 5. Where are we at? Yep, it is the clubhouse. So let's see where this goes. I was desperately hungry. I always took care of my health, do you know? And even better care at the times when something started to hurt badly. And now I was able to walk and my feet weren't even hurting much. So my feet will heal up eventually while my hunger could wait. Why don't you grab a Snickers? I decided to take advantage of electronics invitation. Don't know why I said that, but it just came out that way. In the end, knowing the local pioneers, it was smart to assume that there wasn't even a piece of stale bread left at the canteen. Although, not really a big fan of Snickers. I've had it before. Just don't really care for peanuts. I'll eat peanut butter. I just won't eat peanuts. Somebody asked, it's like, but it has the same taste. It does, but I prefer smooth peanut butter. I don't prefer anything crunchy. So it's like, peanuts by themselves, while you can kind of tell where peanut butter is made from. I don't know. It's the taste the way that it is on its own, though, that doesn't really sit too well with me, you know. So, and the cybernetics club actually somewhat owed me. And I'm not really a big fan of caramel either. So it's like mixing with the way that it tastes overall. Yeah, just not really a big fan of it though, that much. With such thoughts, I approached the club's building, and there were screams coming from it. I tried to listen closely, but couldn't figure out anything. Give it back. Familiar scene here. No, I won't. But what did she take exactly? Ulyana was running around the room with a coil of wire in her hands, chased by Shirk. What kind of wire? Is that what he was probably using to make whatever back there? I don't know. It's kind of funny though. Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but give it back. It didn't even give me a bit of attention. Probably not. No, I won't. Sure, completely caught up in the chase, slipped past me, almost knocking me down. Hey. Ulyana was running in circles around the room, laughing cheerfully. Of course she is. I wonder what she needs this wire for. Who knows, but with her, anything is possible with this character. Meanwhile, the head of the Cybernetics Club was looking fine even after yesterday's madness. Wasn't though. One could even say he was looking fresh. But this probably won't help him to catch Ulyana. She was smaller, more agile, and faster after all. While she also plays sports, she could easily drive him to exhaustion. Who knows? Hey! Oh, so there's actually a little bit more of a scene. Ulyana ran up to me and hid behind my back. Why are you hiding behind me? What am I gonna do? I see you got a radio there, and you actually don't have anything else there. You got, looks like a computer back there, because usually I don't see much. Usually there's always somebody in this place, so you never really see what's in it. I can't really make out what this is. It looks like a plane. Maybe it's just or maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it, but it looks like a plane upside down. Do you guys see what I'm seeing over there? I don't know. Do you guys make that out? That looks like a little boat on top of that shelf. I'm not really sure what this is. Way back in the corner. Those look like books. And that looks like some type of drawing or diagram. Yeah, that is a plane because I see something up here. And I see wings. The rest of it I can't really make out too good. So, it's an interesting area though. So, I don't know. He was offended, it seems. Hey, what's wrong with you? You won't catch me. She looked at Electronic, who was silently observing all this silly running, and stuck out her tongue at him. Stebbian, take the wire away from her. And why do you need it in the first place? You don't have enough wire or something. He was trying to catch Ulyana, who was hiding behind me. He moved to the right while she moved to the left. He moved to the left, she moved to the right. Good lord. This would have to be a kind of amusing scene if this was done animated. If this was animated somehow. I don't know. In the end, I got tired of this to grab the wire from Ulyana with one dexterous move. Give it back! Give it back! She shouted resentfully. No, I won't. Stop forcing it around. Oh, he took it. For some reason, I kind of assumed that he actually did, but never mind. I held the wire above my head so Ulyana with her height couldn't possibly get it. I think him being around her a little bit, I think she's kind of rubbed off onto him because she probably didn't expect him taking something from her. But she usually always does it to him, so maybe it's not that surprising. Thank you. Okay, fine. She snorted and turned away from me. Why do you need it in the first place? That's none of your business. I am curious, though. You make it my business when you characters say this type of line. Ulyana looked at me shyly. You want me to tell everybody that you... That what? That what? What was that? Is that one of her What was that back here? Get over here. I want to know what you meant. Is she gonna say what I think she was gonna say? You know, back there the one time it's like, are you gonna do something to me kind of thing? Yeah, the R word that she blurted out once already. And in front of this guy. You know, with her, I wouldn't put it past her. I shut her mouth with my hand and dragged her along to the exit. Oh, now you're looking more suspicious there, Semyon. You don't look too good here. This don't look too good, this guy. Okay, we need to go. I told electronic while giggling stupidly. What did you come for? Once outside, I let the kicking Ulyana free. Hear me out. You realize that it was an accident. Even more so, it was caused by you. Come on, phone. I know nothing. Facts are facts. You were watching us. Ah. Well, but don't get to meet you, I would think. Yeah, go figure. Look at that. Yeah, you'd be the type to rat, wouldn't you? On the other hand, I did not want to care the slightest what the camp leader would say, but on the other, everything was against me, and in my position, it would be better to not get myself into such a situation. But you already have a few times. You grabbed her out of nowhere. I don't think you think when you use that brain of yours, my hands wouldn't go anywhere near this character. I don't know. I wouldn't trust anything that would come out of this character's mouth, you know. She already said something once that would be a red flag, major red flag for me if that was somebody that said that in real life to me. I'd be like, I gotta cut you loose somewhere, you know. Bye. Maybe we can make a deal somehow. Her? Oh boy, where's this going? You started to think. I know. Oh boy. I anticipated the worst. You bring me that wire. But what do you need it for? I need it for my needs. Needs? Kind of needs, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, you know, okay, what do you need the wire for? I don't know. Could you picture this character with an electric vibrator? I don't know. Just something that came to mind. You know, 'cause she mentioned, you know, needs. And I'm thinking it's like, okay, I need it for my needs. Just something else came to my mind when she said that, you know, for some reason. Oh, man, where's this coming from? Okay, let's assume I get it. You won't tell anybody. I gave you the word of a pioneer. I mean, what was that? She was going to say something. She was going to say something back there in front of him, wasn't she? Pioneer. Now I know I can't trust you with that line. I can only believe her. I wouldn't. But on the other hand, I'm just laughing at it because it's more or less just funny. I don't know. It was just a coil of wire, so why shouldn't I try coil of wire? Obviously, let me see. What do we have here? Actually, we are going to refuse. You know what? I'm actually curious how both of these are going to go, since this is kind of something brand new. So I don't actually know how this is going to go. So I'm actually curious of how these choices. Obviously, the correct choice that I have for her is refuse this thing. But I'm going to see what happens when we accept. Oh, wait. Or is it accept? Nope. Okay, fine. Deal. But you must know that. Yeah, of course. She interrupted me. Wait here. Saying that, I went back into the club's quarters. Electronic was building something with... what's this word? Rapt attention? This looks like some other word. I don't know. Now I'm done with everything. So I thought you could get me something as you promised. My voice sounded a bit psychopathic? I don't know. Which was enough to drive me mad. Of course I'm not insisting, but... 1 minute. He tore himself away from his work and got a pair of buds from the drawer and a classic triangular pack of Kipper. Be my guest. Thank you. While I was busy eating, an electronic didn't turn away from his device for a second. He was rolling up the wire which I had taken away from Ulyana onto the coil. And it was wire she wanted. So what's this? An inductor. Duck tour? Join our club and you know everything. He looked at me and smiled shyly. I'll think about it. Of course, I wasn't going to join anything, but taking into account that he had fed me, I had to be polite. By the way, as I said, I have something else. Well, yeah. Wait a second. He went into the adjacent room and came back after a minute with some kind of package. Ta-da! What? And gave it to me. There was a big bottle of Stolichnaya vodka inside. Oh boy. I get it, but it's still morning. Are they going to go back there and get drunk? How's this going to work? Or does electronics share in a bottle of get drunk in the morning? Take the entire day off. What are you talking about? I'm not suggesting we drink it. We have to clean the optics. We need the optics. Yeah, right. Internally. Okay. I gave him the package back. By the way, can you spare me this coil? What do you need it for? Probably I had to think about reason beforehand. I just need it. But we can't do without it as well. Do you? Well, never mind then. I can't just force him to give it to me, right? I'll go then. Come back anytime. Of course. The moment I want to have a drink. Walking out, I questioned myself why he wanted to show me the vodka in the first place. Okay, so now I'm actually going to go back and see what happens with this other choice. Because this is the choice that we need to go with. Where we at back here? See what time I have, though. Okay, so I got a little bit more time to go with this. Let's see what happens when we refuse. No wire for you. Enough already. Then I'll tell everything. You'll tell everything. Or Alyssa will. Oh, okay. So she's talking about them getting undressed. Well, yeah, they kind of all were, honestly, coincidence that they all happened to be there. But then again, he is usually the one that, Ogre usually yells at, doesn't it? Sometimes, though. Get lost. Yeah, sure. As if it was my fault. It is. You were watching us. No, I wasn't. But no matter how you sliced it, I actually was. Alyssa doesn't think so. She doesn't agree with me about a lot of things. And Ogre Demetri now won't be happy either. Lord. You know what? I started to lose my temper. If you want to tell everything, go ahead right now. And don't forget to mention that the government's default. World depression, global warming, and the Genesis flood are all my fault too. Good Lord. I think, the first part of your comment there, Simeon, is all you needed. This other stuff, not so much. You went a little bit too deep there, man. Oh, come on. Stop overreacting like that. I was joking. Joking? I suddenly realized that I was really wound up too much. Well, with her, you never know. Your jokes are stupid. And what am I supposed to do every time? Guess if it was for real or a joke. Yep. She grinned. Good Lord. It's more funny that way. Good Lord. Ulyana turned around and ran towards the square, waving her hand and parting. That's the thing about her, this character, is that you would never know if this character is ever serious. That's the part where it's like, you could actually relate to Simeon on, It's like, what the hell? You do so many things that, how can I ever take you serious, Still, you can't deal with her in a harmonious way. I sighed and went back into the club's quarters. Was building something. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So, wait. So, there actually does with it. I was curious if he was actually going to get. This bottle was actually going to become a thing. I thought maybe it might turn out a little different, but it's actually the same. So, well, not the same, but the choice is the only thing that was different. Okay, so this is where we need to be. The day has just started and I've gone through so many things already. But I did it and I now have legitimate grounds to fill myself up. So let's keep in mind that we have a bottle, supposedly. Okay. Today I wasn't the last one, so I could choose a free table. Lunch included pea soup and mashed potatoes with fish. Let me just do a little skipping here. Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty similar. So they're gonna do some going to the island. I think. Yeah. Go figure. This that'll be these two. Not that it's really a problem. Both of them are all right. But this part of the game, you don't really get much of an option to decline either of these two characters, so you have to pick one or the other. Not really going to make a difference who. But I went with Lena last time, so I'll go with Slavia once again. Not that it's going to make a difference. Okay. Although it has been a while since I've seen this character, so it actually kind of grew to like Slavia a little bit over time. Lena seemed to take no offense at all. But then again, when you haven't seen somebody in a while too, though, it's like you kind of like forget all about them a little bit, right? With everything that went on with them. Maybe not everything, but you do tend to forget certain things until you actually go back. But that's the thing, guys. I have the entire Let's Play on my channel. So anytime you want to watch somebody's route, just keep in mind who I started with. Slavia was the first one I did. Then obviously Alyssa. Now that I'm on Ulyana, that's the third route. So probably what I'll do, go back into it. I've retitled some of my other videos. Well, with Slavia, I titled hers on day two. Well, not day two, but on the second video that I did when I first did this. That was a while ago though. But yeah. So okay. Let's see where we at. The reaping has commenced. Really? Okay. Walking right beside me as we had only one basket. I felt like a mushroom picker, looking under every shrub and searching through the grass carefully. Pay attention. An entire bunch of strawberries had been left behind. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's fine. You must enjoy being here, don't you? You like nature, after all. Of course I do. Slavia smiled. It reminded me of my home. We have similar beautiful birches here. She gazed dreamily somewhere into the distance. Look, I've always wanted to ask, what do you like in general? You look busy 24/7, and it seems like you have no time to rest at all. Uh, she started to think. I don't know, really. Doing a variety of activities is enjoyable for me. Well, that's understandable, but still. I like knitting and sewing. I suck at that shit. Things like that. Slavia took a handkerchief out of her pocket. There were red, yellow, and green flowers embroidered on it. They were entangled with each other in a complicated way, creating sophisticated geometric forms. Such a typical Russian handmade handkerchief. Glimpsing it, I instantly imagined Slavia dressed in an ancient sarafan, sitting on a bench beside a ramshackle house with a crowd of playing children running around. My goodness. It's quite cute. Thanks. Let me give it to you as a gift. Such a proposal would embarrass me. You should. No, take it. I looked at the handkerchief once again and put it into my pocket. Thank you. There were so many strawberries here that after a mere half an hour we had the basket filled up to the brim. It seems we're done. Yes. You've got a lot, so it should surely be enough. Okay. When we got back to the boat, Lena wasn't there yet. She'd need more time to fill the basket by herself. Yeah, I guess so. I looked at the river. Sun sparkles happily dancing across the water surface were the only thing that distinguished it from a mere. That's how calm the river seemed. What are you thinking about? Nothing, really. And you? Me? What will happen once vacation is over? We'll have to leave this camp and go back to our homes. Will I ever see anyone I met here again? Oh boy. This face is kind of familiar. Made me want to reach out and give you a hug. It's like, but we're not on your route, are we? But when you do faces like this, yeah, it does make you want to do that, don't it? Will I ever see you again? Boy, oh boy. She looked at me with her eyes so full of sorrow that I couldn't think of what to say. Wow. Then it came out of nowhere, breaking the silence. Good lord. Oh, you're dead already. Here. She showed us a basket full of strawberries. Great. Now we can go back. And I still had Slavia's face and those words of hers on my mind. Sadness and sorrow weren't the kinds of emotions typical of her. Could she be hiding them all the time under a mask of cheerfulness? You know, I never did see her bad ending, so I'm kind of curious what would happen in it. Because I've only seen, obviously her good ending, so I'm curious what would actually take place in hers. I've already seen Lena's bad ending, so I don't need to be reminded of hers. I don't know what Slavia's is about, though. Some people say that, you guys can spoil it, that's fine if you want to, I don't really mind. People say that her parents are dead. I don't know, or she doesn't have parents. Slavia here, that is, and the reason she kind of goes about a certain thing, you only supposedly you only find out about like what's up with her childhood and things like that when you do the when you go about it in another way. I don't. But when I try to do it on my own, I didn't really see much of what people were saying on that. So I don't know. I would have to like basically see what her route is on my own time to see what that's about. I don't know. But I didn't see anything in there as far as an ending that I seen anything that had anything to do with her family. I don't know. But maybe it's just something I might have missed with that somewhere. I don't know. Some of you guys can let me know. But let me skip past this because I need to make a save. Uh, Oh, where we at here? Because I'm at the 40-minute mark and I went a little too far. Okay, so this is where I need to be. Alright, so no, it wasn't too much longer than the last one that I put up, so that's not that bad. And usually you guys see how well my videos go, at least when it comes to VNs anyway. Either way, you got two for you guys to enjoy. You don't have to watch them all in one sitting. You guys can always just watch which parts you want to see. That kind of thing. Alright, so other than that, that's all I have for this one.